and welcome back to Coffee Talk Tuesdays with me, Kelsey, and Town Crier Social. This week we are going live, and I am dueling on Facebook and Instagram, so if I'm looking all over the place, don't get freaked out. I'm only on 1 cup of coffee today, which is surprising. But I'm going to give it a little bit for our audience to build. When you guys pop in, make sure you say hi so I know you're here. Today, we're going to talk about Twitter and what's going on with Twitter. And, really, hey, Rashad, how's it going? Where I see Twitter going, we don't talk about Twitter very much. We basically go over Facebook and Instagram because those are the kind of bigger platforms, or have been the more dominant platforms as of lately. But as Andrew and I went over in our predictions for 2018, I definitely see Twitter, on the up and up, possibly not making a full comeback, but definitely showing that they're not going anywhere. So, like I said, make sure you say hi when you join us. Thanks for tuning in. Coffee Talk Tuesdays, Town Crier Social. We got these cool new mugs. Very, very excited. And make sure you have your coffee because it's morning and everybody needs a good cup of coffee. Okay. So I think we've got some friends. Hello, everyone. And let's get to it. Okay, so today's topic is Twitter. Now, it seemed a few months ago, if not maybe a year ago, that Twitter was kind of a dying platform, that, everyone was moving away from Twitter. It didn't make any sense anymore. It didn't feel like anybody was using it, active. So a lot of people kind of moved their marketing efforts away from Twitter and onto the larger platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, which makes sense. You got to allocate your resources. Hey, Riverhead Chamber, thanks for tuning in. And as Rashad said, Trump gave it life. And, maybe he is to blame for shining that light back on Twitter. You never know. But what I will say, as we've seen the big shift from Facebook, their release on the new newsfeed platform, everybody's kind of making the move towards, once again, making social media social and really, really focusing on the engagement aspect, connecting with their potential clientele or their audience, and really using these platforms to maintain relationships for customer relations, which is essentially what Twitter has kind of always been used for. So if you haven't been on Twitter lately, if you were one of those people that either was never on it or gave up on it and said, that's it, I'm over it, Twitter did add some new features to it. So although I'm not on it right now, just like Facebook and Instagram, you can go live on Twitter. So if you decide to start to shift towards that platform, because that's where you find most of your audience, you can go live on Twitter. And Chamber, I see your question. I'll answer that in a minute. So you can go live on Twitter now, just like I'm doing now. Also, there's no more 140 character rule. It is now 280 characters. So they basically doubled the amount that you can write on Twitter. In addition to that, they now have stream tweets. So you can actually write a tweet and then before you send it, write another tweet and continue on. So when you send it, you send an entire feed of tweets. So people can follow your thought process, even if you can't get it out within the 280 characters, or if you want to link some information to follow up on whatever it is that you said, you can do that as well. So Chamber asked, is it a good platform to build a following? I think that Twitter definitely is on the up and up for getting a following. The use of hashtags. The hashtags are used on Instagram, but actually the founder of hashtags was on Twitter, and that's to be a searchable topic sentence. If I want to see what's going on in, let's say, Riverhead, where our office is located, I could do hashtag Riverhead, and I could see every tweet that's going on in Riverhead. So I definitely think that it's a good place to get a following. We haven't quite felt the hit that we have been feeling on Facebook lately of really getting inhibited as a business profile on what you can and cannot do. So, if you're looking for a different way to reach your customer base, I definitely think that Twitter is something to look at now, because people are starting to make their shift over to different platforms, seeing how Facebook and even a little bit of Instagram, people will notice Snapchat's different now. Everybody's definitely changing their platforms to see what works. And, the feedback so far, I see some people love it, some people hate it. So, it's a trial and error, as most things are. Hey, cuz. So we'll see how long those changes last, but Twitter, I definitely think is going to start to become more appealing to people, seeing how it does organically push that one-on-one connection with your client base. So, segueing into, we have seen the big shift in Facebook. We went over that, how, they really want people to be engaging on their platform, to use it actively, not passively. And it's kind of ironic because that is literally what Twitter is all about. Twitter is all about being there in real time, sending out tweets, answering, responding, informing, and anyone who uses and or wants real-time information, Twitter is a great platform for you to be on. It will tell you what's going on as it's going on, and you can stay up to date. One of the reasons why it is so prevalent in politics is because, politics are constantly changing, and, new reforms are going out, and it's a great way to get information out there. Hi, Catherine. That's my mom. Hi, Mom. So there's definitely the shift on all platforms towards emotional connection, and Twitter has always been a great platform for that. You can also use it to build conversations, which may be a bit easier than it would on the other major platforms like Facebook and Instagram. You can create polls on Twitter so you can gain valuable information and also have it as a conversation starter. You can host chats, make up a hashtag and say between, I can make up a hashtag and say for Coffee Talk Tuesday between 10 and 11, tweet me your questions and I'll answer them on my Coffee Talk Tuesday or anything like that. So hosting chats is a great way to connect with your audience, understand how they're feeling, what they're thinking, and really just start to build that relationship. And it's easy for you to respond. You can, depending on what type of dashboard you use, if you use a dashboard, you can set up notifications to your phone, but it allows you to respond quickly to people. And not only that, do it in a public way so people can see your customer relationship base, how you handle someone who has an issue or a problem or a question. So it's really, really great for those kinds of things when it comes to connecting and maintaining relationships with your target audience. On the response aspect, we have talked about dashboards that we use in our business, and some free ones, some paid ones, but it's great on the sense of Twitter because people are likely to tweet an issue they have with a product, a service. If someone can't get through on the phone, or they're having issue with the product, they're more likely to tweet that. And if you have your notifications set up, you'll be able to respond quickly. And studies have shown that when people tweet a complaint or an issue, they expect a response within an hour. So if you have your notifications set up that, so-and-so has tweeted you, you can really get right on it and answer their question. Also, if you're using a dashboard, be sure to put in common misspellings of your business, of your brand, of your product, because people, especially if they're hastily writing out a tweet or they're upset about something, they may not get the spellings completely correct, and you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to right a wrong, to answer a question, or to develop a relationship with someone because they accidentally spelled a word wrong. So if you're using a dashboard, I highly recommend putting in topic sentences or common misspellings of your name, your brand, your product, to make sure that you're being aware of everything that's being said about you on Twitter. Also, make sure you're checking that strategy. Are you using Twitter as a customer relationship tool where you're building relationships, or is it a customer support tool where you're answering questions, fixing problems, anything of that nature? Or it could be both, but make sure that you have a specific strategy for both, and you have an outline of how you are going to set out to handle those issues, react to problems, and everything along that line. And finally, it's really, really great for feedback. We've talked about checking your analytics, obviously, time and time again, and still a firm believer in that. You can definitely check your analytics on Twitter, but it actually gives you a platform where you can just outright say, hey, how are we doing? How is our brand doing? How's our product doing? What do you like about our product? What don't you like about our product? People really like to feel like their opinions are valued. So by you asking, hey, either directly, hey, at A Galasso Realtor, welcome. How's our Coffee Talk Tuesday going? Or just saying a general tweet and using a hashtag, let us know what you think. You can even offer incentives to get feedback. So there's plenty of ways that you can use Twitter to promote your business, to bring value to your business. Oh, yep, see, there you go. Value, hey, Galasso. So definitely a platform to keep an eye on when you're talking about making the shift around. If you notice that things aren't working so well for you on Facebook anymore and you want to try something new, don't count Twitter out just yet. Like I said, probably about a year ago, I would have said, no way, they're done, they're on their way out. But you never know in the world of social media. It is constantly changing. They like to keep it interesting, which is great. So definitely keep Twitter on your radar. And for those of you who are in, a fast-paced, fast-paced business where you have a lot of information, you need to get out in a little bit of time, Twitter is definitely a platform that you guys should take a look at. All right, well, thanks again for tuning in for Coffee Talk Tuesdays with me, Kelsey, and Town Crier Social. As always, would love to hear your comments. DM us, leave us a comment, shoot us an email, all of the above. We love to hear from you and any questions you may have. Don't forget to join our private Facebook group. It is Town Crier Social Media Marketing Group. We have discussions, we give tips and tricks throughout the week, so you don't have to wait till next week's Coffee Talk to learn a little bit more about what's going on in the world of social media. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because it's not dead yet. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, guys. Have a great Fat Tuesday. Bye. Oh, again.